Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be heading back out here in our single adventurer at times, and we're going to go check out some more weapons in the depths. We're probably going to get another whack at Boris. Although with how that went down, I'm going to go make sure we can clear our way to the exit before I actually worry about anything else. So at least we don't lose money the same way again. It wasn't a lot of money, it was like 100,000. And technically Boris will give us over 1 million, so it's not a crisis. Alright, you. We'll check you out on the way back. And I think it was the next room that we had this. Nope, this one then. Yeah, see, this time we didn't get stuck the same way we did last time. And technically, each time we kill them, there's less of them to get us stuck. That'll work. And the funny thing is we already have a way to get back there pretty easily. So instead of actually leaving, we could just go back here and then head back in. So this is definitely one of the end game areas, so having a little bit of trouble here and there is to be expected. Therefore, if we take out his entourage, this will go a little better. Okay, let's switch to his weakness. Make sure we stay healed so we do better damage. Still take a while, he has a lot of hit points. We don't hit him all the time. And I wonder if he ever gets intimidated enough to want to join. By your level, I mean. There we go. Okay, so now we can test out the other things we got. It's kind of a long shot, but we'll find out. No dice on the first 4. Nothing on this. Well, we didn't find anything that works, but we found out a lot of things that don't. So we'll just leave him here for science. These were plague flies. We could test on them too, technically. And they're in a more convenient spot that's not as much in our way, so we can just kind of leave them there to test, just like we're testing those other weapon immune ones. But like I said, there's like several classes of weapons we can't even test because ninjas can only use certain weapons. So obviously when we finish the other ones, we'll start picking ninja-only weapons and seeing what happens. Nope. They're a little better at blocking us than the other ones, but they're not that dangerous. So there's nothing doing on the stabs. Keep in mind, there's even farther ones in the revenge content we're gonna have to do the same thing again for. Like those, we never found a weakness for those woodsmen, and it was not the woodsman axe. Contrary to what I suspected it would be. We already tried that one. Yeah, we're gonna leave these guys. Where do we want to go? The problem is that we're seeing a lot of dark sinners, and these guys are jackasses. They could have the potential of killing us instantly. This might be a bad proposition. Yeah, especially with what we have carrying. We could do it like on one where we're not carrying a lot, but we should probably just call the losses here and clear other spots. Dark Sinners are just not worth the danger kind of enemy. The juice not worth the squeeze. But these are more of those guys right there, except going up and down, they can't block you. So, technically, they're easier to fight. They're also decent experience, that's why I don't mind doing it. I mean, they're not as good as those bushes, but they're not too bad. There probably are, either in their descriptions or in just talking to enemies. Like, there's a bunch of languages that we never learned enough of because we never took Warlock far enough, so I can't actually properly talk to most of the enemies for hints. But a lot of the hints on the in-game stuff are from monsters. Like, the hint that something might be useful for killing some of those came from one of the enemies saying, oh, even the mightiest enemy may be brought down by something basic, and I'm guessing that was the bronze dagger that we found. So now I'm trying all the weapons, just, you know, to find out. Doesn't hurt. No need to guess. All it cost me is a little bit of gold to buy the weapons, because you don't get as much value sending it back, but it's not that much gold. Yeah, there's plenty of things to kill. I would just prefer not to fight those greater... yeah, we'll kill these ones, because we got the other one still. But yeah, I just don't want to fight those Tengu groups. There's no reason to risk an instant death from being turned to stone. It's only 5% chance, but you don't get enough for trying. Yeah, one of the things I will end up doing eventually with this character is I will take Warlock up and I'll start talking to monsters. It's a lot easier to level up a single character to a high level in a guild than a whole group. So, this is so much faster level up. Because, like, this character is already technically stronger than any of my teammates from my team battle. Even though its higher skill level is lower, it has more capabilities. I know we didn't pin, but I don't. Pinning's not a requirement. We'll just be going back in immediately anyway. I'm just gonna go bring the gold out. Kill whatever's simple along the way. That's worth killing. So we did finish staff, we did finish a lot of sword, but we're not done with sword. We got to this one, so then we keep going with crystal. And granted, there are some weapons we just can't try with this class. So, if we don't find anything, we don't find anything, and we try it again later. Conversely, if we found a weakness, it's probably the only one, because so far it seems like all these weapon immune ones that have a weakness, it's only ever been one. Like, maybe one weapon and one spell. And this is the sort of thing I do that lets me get distracted from a long project like getting to 500, is I just go exploring and try to solve one of the mysteries, you know? It distracts me while I do it, and it goes by faster for me. Like that whole thing with the teleporters, I do a teleporter and it would distract me for a bit, and then I'd go check out different stuff. It worked for my purposes. Everyone finds what works for them to get by, you know? Oh, you sound again. But now that we can't get punked of all of our money... Oh, actually I didn't mean to come this way. I meant to go the other one. Whoopsie doodle. Not that there wasn't stuff we could do there. It just wasn't where I was trying to go. This does mean that water area is probably also refilled. But yeah, we can check this out shortly. Let's find the edge of it so we don't have to fight more than we need to. Nope. We're also gaining 12 HP every time we go back and level up. A full pin. Not that every time's been a full pin. So our survivability against those spitting monsters is increasing. Oh, we can't use this one. What do you, everything but ninja. Okay, fair enough. It stood out a little to me. That's part of why I thought it might be something. Nope. Cool. Then we left over here these dudes. But yeah, no, the place where I found the Scrag's weakness was their description from turning a Scrag in, so I never found out what it was until I had already gotten one as a crest reward. So that's what even let me know that there was a weakness. And that's what put me on this kick for finding weaknesses. Once I realized some of them were really silly. Cause like that's why I carry a flaming blade, is cause this is the Scrag weakness. Just a random ass weapon you get early on. Okay, so we did this. Let's go into the water and see what's poppin'. This place is almost certainly gonna pin us. There's just like 7 groups of bottom feeders. Looks like 4 groups of these will do it. So we'll get pinned with room to spare. It's giving me a bit of a hiccup, but it should be fine. I've never had the game crash. That's a funny one. I think they might be too big to carry, though. We could try running in and bringing them back, though. I doubt they breathe air. That's the thing. But at least I don't think they can hurt each other. I mean, it's the only way we'd get their description, I think. Unless we already brought them back. I don't remember. Our group might have done that before. Still, we've got 4 of them in our pocket. I guess we might as well try. Alright, I guess before they get more hurt, we'll return. Not quite pinned, but you know. Oh, well, these ain't. Nope, they didn't actually block our way. But they're probably gonna start suffocating. I'm actually a little surprised they're not suffocating already. Ain't gonna lie. Can't force our way past those ones too safely. They have pretty good lung capacity for fish. But I do suspect that they are water breathing only. Which is the only reason I'm running. Yeah, bringing them back is like the only ways to get their descriptions, so. Oh yeah, we're a ways away from this. I think we also saved one already. So we could take a second. We could see if we actually have the description of any of these that we're looking at right now. I know we don't have the indigene one. But like the bottom feeders I know we got now. Yeah, lowest of lows in more ways than one. The bottom feeder will eat just about anything within reach. That one's not important. The we might have one of the insects though. Maybe I did manage to get one as a quest reward and I just don't remember. So let's find insects in this. Plague flea. No, we don't have a description. We just have. Yeah, we'd have to have one join us, or we get it as a quest reward. So speaking of that, we have a quest to kill one, but not one rewarding one. But there are a lot of enemies that can't be charmed, so keep in mind you do have to get them as quest rewards or have them decide to try to join you to get their actual description. Okay, did we finish out swords? No. We got to decapitation. Mangus, I really highly suspect Mangus is not what we're looking for, but we'll find out. That's usually, that says it's undead oriented, but you know, we're not leaving anything on the table. We can't actually equip this. Can't equip this. This one we can. That would be a weird one. The Sword of Domination is actually only useful for charming monsters. I guess this would be an interesting one. I've never found a better use for it. It's the unique weapon dropped by the Ogre Lords. Can't use this. Can't use this. That's a warrior only. Same with that. This is an interesting one. This one might be an upgrade for us in the future to at least try. There's some pretty strong criticals and backstab options. I don't think we can use any of these though. This one we actually could. Same with this. Nope, that's all the ones on our tables, so we can go back and start trying things like this. There's also a chance that cursed weapons are also on this table. But that would be a real annoyance to have, because even if it was a cursed item that could kill them, you wouldn't be able to take it off, so I don't even care if it is a cursed item. I wouldn't use it. I'd just avoid the monster at that point. Sure, let's kill the slithers. Alright, we might be able to kill these quick. I forgot about that. If it wants to respond and actually cast. There we go. My angle was bad for casting. Because it only hit what we could see, so because they were all down the corridor, it didn't do anything. Okay, let's go back out. Nope, nothing on the Mangus. Nope. Negatory. Nothing on any of the swords that we can use so far. See, if they were a high-end gear, it would actually be something you'd come across accidentally, probably, by just trying weapons. Okay, so let's give these guys a shot. The nice thing is I don't have to automatically start these fights. They will just do it. Because these guys are angry bees. Just kidding, they're not bees, but they act like it. Yep, swords didn't do it. Nope, nothing to it. Okay. Oh. Left items on the ground, huh? The only downside with these guys is they take a little bit to chew through, but their EXP is really, really good. So I forgive them. Okay, that's one more group. We are coming low on things to check, so like we will be done with that process pretty soon. So if it was a little tedious for anyone, that sort is sorting itself out. Because we pretty much just have T-Wazos left that we can check anyway. Yeah, I don't think we can get in this room with this character. We don't have that. That is gotten from that oak forest place. We'd have to go do that with this character in the future to get that. That's one of the quests down the revenge tree line, so we'll do that later. No need to jump ahead. We'll have plenty of time for all the quests. Oh, look at you being a bunch of things we could do. Unfortunately, it's not going to be killable like the other one isn't, but we can get the XP. Yeah, it didn't quite pin us, but it did do a good number on our requirements. I'm sure we can find something to kill over there for a little bit of XP. Or they'll just be in our way anyway. The ones about the Uber Tangoos are easily blasted, so I'm not too worried about those ones. Alright, you were a bunch of things. This'll do it. Yeah, we actually don't see any of the really bad monsters here this time, so let's just do it this way. Vortex Beast, huh? I actually don't know much about that monster. That's not one of the normal ones. Yeah, we're running out of good weapons to check, but there's still some T-Wazes we haven't. So we checked the first three T-Wazes. And I doubt it's a ninja weapon, like I said, but you know, we're gonna be thorough. And if we're not gonna try it when we're a ninja, when would we try it? So I didn't comment on it before, but this ceiling seems a little weird, so we're gonna look at it at least. I think it's just because of something above this floor, not because of this floor. Also, Boris has come back, huh? Guess we might as well. I mean, we are losing a little bit of money anyway to this, so this is kind of gonna offset it a bit. Hmm. Yep, did not actually need to worry about that. Yeah, we'll go back out and test these. No, this place started respawning, huh? I guess it's a good thing we got another group of these guys, because the other one's gone now. I see the sneaks in their place. Nope. Mm-hmm. Nope, nothing doing on these guys, so that was the last of the weapons we could reasonably try. Okay, then there's also the plague flies. I think we left them up north. Oh, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, let's clear our way there then. Well, this is just gonna be good experience, I guess, so we'll enjoy it. So one group sorted. There's also these snakes. This is a little faster though. Okay, now we can test it. Well, with this will be the ending of this for now. There we go. Yep, we're sorted for now. Yeah, we'll clear them out of the way and then we'll go return with our gold. Yeah, it didn't actually kill any of them, but we didn't get in trouble for it either, so we'll accept it. Still clear. Well, the first one didn't fight us, so it's fine. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff we could test if we did a warrior guild up here, but for now, this is where we're at. And I guess if we get high enough level, there's a few more we could test, but they're farther down that line. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna actually call it for another little break. I'll be back in a few moments. See y'all in a few minutes. Bye-bye.